Welcome back to DS Trucks. In today's video, I want to talk about what happened the last couple of months with DS Trucks. I took a little bit of a hiatus from YouTube, haven't produced a lot of videos because, to be honest, I just got a little bit overwhelmed with everything, business, staffing, all that stuff. It just got to be a little bit too much, and I just took a break. But a lot has changed since then, and let's pop inside the shop and take a look. So over the last month or so, uh, I've actually taken over the other side of the shop. My buddy moved out, and now the full DS Trucks headquarters, Stokes Outdoor headquarters, is now here. So over here, we're going to be doing a salt bin. Right now, I just got maybe a yard of salt over here. This is just residual from the couple salt runs that we did, and I just came and dumped it out here. It's kind of nice to be able to have a spot to dump salt instead of having to leave it in the spreader, having it jam up, which happened a lot. So what I'm going to do with this area is I'm going to actually buy some blocks to put in this corner, and that way I won't damage the walls. For this winter, we have a skid steer for the whole winter. I went to Chet's rental and got it for the entire winter, so it can load material and move pallets and everything around. Pretty slick. We got a snow box for it too, so it can be utilized for that as well. Still working out the bugs because I'm going to be trying to put this thing in the dump trailer in the snow and move it around and all that, and that's going to be a challenge in itself. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try nonetheless. So our supplies are pretty much at the minimum right now, but I'm going to be stocking up soon here. We just have leftover ice melt and leftover salt. But like I say, I want to get some blocks just so that this machine don't blow out the walls, because that machine being 10,000 pounds, you would push this wall. I think you could accidentally damage one of these walls without even noticing. So I'm just going to put some large blocks there just so that the force from the machine can't blow the wall out. And maybe I'll throw like some spray foam or something in some of the cracks. I don't know. But just something to prevent, the damage. So probably don't even need it, but just as a precaution. But pretty sweet now that I got the whole place. Got a ton of snow work this year to do. A little bit nervous. We'll see what happens. Just as far as the timing, I don't, want customers to feel like they got a provider that doesn't show up really on time. So my plan: take this freaking machine, drop it off, let it do a bunch of properties, park the dump trailer, maybe just leave it there. I don't care. Somebody try to nab it or whatever. I mean, good luck. I'm going to put some lights on this. I want to put some lights on this trailer so that it can just sit there and flash independently and have like a remote, so it can just have high visibility. I'll just plow an area around it, park it, drop it, switch over to a different setup and leave this thing. Because I got some sites where I can just leave this thing. Even though this push box is not the biggest, it's small enough to get transported with the trailer. I kind of wish I got something a little bit bigger, but it's small enough to transport, and it can, it's still going to be, getting stuff done. Not the best, but better than nothing. So this machine can just sit at a couple properties and handle some sites where it's the trucks, the two plows can take care of business too. So I got some sites where this machine can sit there and then it can bounce from site to site on its own because of some of the density. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's too hard to even do. I know it's a little bit sketchy just putting it in the trailer with the ramps. The steel ramps that came on this trailer are absurdly heavy. Absurdly heavy. So they're up under here. I'm actually going to turn on another light. So the ramps are up under here, and I can tell you right now, these ramps are back breakers. So trying to even pull this thing out of here. It's absurd how heavy these are. And honestly, I wish they just made these out of aluminum, because this is just awful heavy. These edges too are kind of sharp, and not the best for your tracks, because they're just ridiculous how, they need to be filed down. They're just straight hard edges, and then they're short. They're only 6 feet. These aluminum ramps here are 7 feet, but they're only rated for, I don't get the text. They're only rated for 3,000 pounds an axle, and this machine is 5,000 pounds an axle, so not the best idea to try to put that. But Gen Y makes a ramp that can hold 10,000 pounds, but even that is just the maximum. So I'm thinking about ordering those Gen Y hitch ramps, and then maybe beefing them up a little bit more with like some of this aluminum. This stuff's real heavy, but yeah, I can get something even heavier than this and just kind of fixing it to the side some kind of way. Just beefing this a set of ramps up that are at least close to being rated for what we're doing. But this does work. It only can go in backwards, and it's so much weight that it will lift the rear of the truck off of the ground, but it won't dump the bed, but it'll lift the rear of the truck. So pretty interesting to see that. And so nonetheless, we'll see how everything goes with that. I mean, one thing I think is a little bit audacious, but something that I want to try, is to actually put another axle on here, right behind here. And I'm not sure if that would even work, because it would be maybe too close for this thing to still dump. But if there's another axle in the back, no matter what you do when you load, it would never lift up the rear of the truck. So it also gets a little bit heavy on the truck, and the tone weight gets way too high. So what I also want to do, though, is some towing videos. Maybe I'll work on that today with this machine versus the 7.3 and the 6.7. That will be something that is, pretty cool, that a lot of people, I think, would like to see. So very, very interesting chain of events here. So this machine is pretty sweet. It's a SVL 75-2 Kubota, and the thing about these Kubotas is they keep them extremely simple machines. And this door is sweet. Like, it freaking opens up so wide compared to some of the other stuff that I've messed around with. Having that open up that wide is next level, and you can get in and out in any position with the arms. So very nice. It don't have a ton of thrills like screens or anything. I'm probably gonna buy like a auxiliary camera to go in the back, but the visibility is pretty good to the rear. Just, it wouldn't hurt to have maybe an auxiliary camera so that you can see behind you. Pretty sweet machine, tons of power, pretty fast. It's on tracks, and overall just pretty sweet. So gonna be some videos with this. But like I say, I got it for the whole winter, and it's gonna be interesting. We'll see if this even works. But if it doesn't work, then it'll just be used for loading or whatever. But sometimes you just got to take that risk and try something out and not know what the outcome is going to be. So pretty cool setup that we have here. Got the whole place here for the winter. And yeah, I would like to do some jobs once I really finally get done with the season. I would definitely be interested in taking some jobs with some of the things that I've done in the past. Fuel tanks on the diesels, tons of 12-volt wiring and lights, anything from Limitless, the strobing headlights, all that cool stuff. But I just got to get through this season first, and then I can think about some of that stuff. But I just wanted to make a video talking about where I've been, what happened. Nothing crazy, just busy and just stressed with just normal stress, work, trying to keep everything together, trying to keep everybody happy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for being patient. This is really just for the core followers of the channel. Thank you for being there. Some people have reached out like, hey man, where you been? And sorry for the delay. Just it's tough, labor, staffing, business, doing way too many jobs. But anyway, my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. See you in the next video. I got a little bit of time today to make some videos, so looks like I gotta get to work. Over and out.